Guys, watch this video to the end because Tommy Fury's fight just ended and he totally got exposed.
And that's fights between yourself and Jake Paul and KSI. Are those on your radar for this year? Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out. Pleasure to be joined by Tommy Fury, who's back, getting their pro career back on the track. Tommy, must feel great to get this fight scheduled in, be a day away from it and getting ready to get back on track.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's been a long time coming. Like I say, it's been a long 2 years out the ring. And I'm just more than ready now. I've been training hard for the past 6 months. Ever since I've been able to train, I've been training really hard. So I've been in shape for a while, so I'm just happy it's come off now. We're less than 24 hours away from the fight, so very happy.
I know you've kind of spoken to the outlets about what you've been through over the last kind of few months, more than that. Just sum up the point where you realised you were able to return and get your career back to where you want it to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was sort of, late last year. As soon as I did the rehab and everything for my hand, and the doctor said that I could go back to punching, I just started off very softly, water bags, sticks, and then it moved to pads, and then the last thing was sparring. So once I was able to spar regularly, then that's when I sort of knew, right, things have got to push on here now. And yeah, it's took a long time to get to this point, but we're here now, and we're ready to rock and roll.
So what is tomorrow about? Are you looking to get that knockout straight away and then look for that shot that you want to call?
Listen, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to box the way I box. You can't go in a boxing ring and rush things and look for this and look for that. I'm going to box so I know how to box, and the openings will present itself, and I'm going to take them. So I'm not going to rush, I'm just going to enjoy it, because if anything, it's good to get the rounds in because I've been out the ring for so long. So I'm looking forward to just getting in there.
And just in case you guys forget, he was supposed to face Darren Till and now is facing Keenan Hangelik. And I looked online and the purse is not being identified, so we have no idea how much money he's making. But what we do know about this opponent is that he's currently 5-1, so it seems more just like a tune-up fight for him. And not to mention, only one of this guy's opponents had a winning record, and his last person he faced had 20 losses and no wins. Guys, this is crazy because I was just making another video for the lead up of this fight, but then the fight just ended. And take a look at this on X from Wade Plemons. He said that was a rough performance for Tommy. Honestly, I can see why he wanted no part of Jake Paul or Darren Till now. He struggled with a novice in front of 200 people. Now, let's also take a look at this. As you can see, it went the distance, and Fury got the nod, and he won the fight. But this was supposed to be a tune-up against literally a taxi cab driver. No offense to the guy, but what's going on here? And also, take a look at this. We're going to break down this. Check out how Tommy Fury's net worth is $4 million, because, he says, oh, I don't get out of bed for $2 million, this and that. His net worth is $4, right? But when he fought Jake Paul, look at that. He made $5.4 million alone. But yet he's saying Jake is trying to short him and all this stuff. Not to mention that when he fought KSI, he made at least 1.36 or 1.1 million, but he also got the back end too. But this is where it gets crazy, because look at this. Jake offered him $3 million to fight. Recently, $4 million if he can get in the United States. Also, he offered him $8 million to be on the Netflix card instead of Mike Tyson. So it's very obvious who the duck is.
We know what boxing fans want from you, and that's fights between yourself and Jake Paul and KSI. Are those on your radar for this year?
I mean, to be honest with you, it is what it is. I've put myself out there. I said they know where to find me. Unless they want to talk sensible, don't bother contacting me. That's it. I don't need that fight.
Remember, for some reason online right now, it's not showing what the purse is, but I guarantee you he didn't make anything near $5 million or $3 million for this fight. So guess what? Now he's in a position where he actually does need KSI and Jake Paul. It's funny how things can switch in a day, isn't it?
Jake Paul needs that fight. KSI needs that fight. So let them contact me, and whenever they're ready, they know where I am.
Have you seen that KSI seems to have put a pause on his career so far because of an injury and maybe a lack of interest in terms of fights that he can have and interest in boxing himself?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it. I mean, at the end of the day, he was meant to fight Dylan Dennison. It was a flop. He was never real. He was seen out at a nightclub on the night of his fight. So who cares about him? Not really interested in him. Don't care about him or his career.
And come on, this dude thinks he's bigger than he really is. Let's be honest. The Jake Paul fight, the announcers thought that the knockdown was enough for Jake to win. And then let alone in the KSI fight, right? I mean, when it comes to fighting Jake Paul, KSI, I think Jake Paul takes it more serious. So I'm more of a fan of him, but I still like KSI. And, you know, I thought it was a draw, but now look at this. I'm going to take a look at the scorecards right now and check this out. Okay, look at this. I'm going to break it down real quick. This is actually why I think KSI now actually won. Look at this. If you look at round 2, the first line is JJ, is KSI, right? In round 2, this one judge has him losing. Then the second judge has him losing round 2, but the third one has him winning. Okay, and all 3 judges have him winning round 1. But then if we take a look at round 5, the first judge has him losing. The second judge has him winning, and the third judge has him losing. And lastly, for round 6, the first judge has him winning, the second judge has him losing, and the third judge has him losing. Can somebody make it make sense?
He's no one to me. Unless I'm fighting him, I don't want to hear about him or even think about him. I'm not interested at all. So that's all I've really got to say on him.
What about Jake Paul? He steps into the ring with Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., a good fighter in his pomp, but he's getting on in age now. Do you think Chavez Jr. will take the fight seriously, and do you think he'll beat Jake Paul?
Listen, I don't know, mate. It is what it is. But put it this way, if I can box circles around him, a former world champion who's been 12 rounds with Canelo Alvarez and many great champions, he should be able to do one better, really, shouldn't he? So, but listen, age is a killer, isn't it? So I don't know. I don't know what goes on in them meetings. We're setting up the fights. I don't know what gets said. You just don't know. So I don't know. I'm not really interested, to be honest, because again, he's fighting someone past his pump, way past his pump. So I'm not really interested.
Right. See, I just like honesty because, you know, Tommy is saying this, but then in the same breath, he was getting prepared to fight for somebody who he just barely beat, literally had to go to the scorecards, and this guy's last fight was against a boxer that was 0-20. So what is he even talking about here?
It's another name that was linked with yourself. The fight didn't materialize. That was you and Darren till down the line. Do you think you two will meet again? Of course, Darren and John had a bit of back and forth as well too, but do you think you and him will meet in the ring at some point?
I don't care about Darren Till. And then he just beat a man who I beat 5 years ago. You know, he was in the UFC. He can't get back in there no more. He's in the You Need Him club. I was chucking him a bone, obviously.
It's so funny how the tides turn. He's saying he's chucking him a bone, right? But in reality, how's he chucking him a bone? He was going to get like over $1 million to fight somebody who's never fought in boxing. Yeah, they're MMA, but like he says, Jake Paul does that all the time. So why is he so scared? I mean, do y'all remember he pulled out because, Darren Till said he's going to kick me in the head. Are you kidding me? I mean, Tommy, come on, just be true to yourself or be true to us. But like, you're hiding stuff, bro, and you're lying, and I don't like the lying.
Didn't know how to behave, didn't know how to conduct himself. Started throwing out stupid things, and that was his chance gone. I was his only shot at making some real money.
Okay, so we got a response from Darren Till, and then I'm going to play a short for you that just dropped when Tommy just won calling out Jake Paul. What do you know? Hopefully it doesn't get copyright, but I'm going to try to play it. But this is what he said in response to Tommy. Darren Till, fighting on Misfits, the biggest promotion out there for influencer boxing, paying the most money, knocked out the guy you fought years ago who couldn't knock out. Tommy Fury, fighting in Europe somewhere against another nobody who nobody knows. Think we know who needs who in this situation. Okay, now here's the short of Tommy Fury calling out Jake Paul, even though he just said yesterday that he didn't need him. Here you go.
Yes. And one last question, because I'm really curious. So the whole world is waiting for you to rematch with Jake Paul. What do you think about it?
Jake Paul's a bitch, and he's running scared. Hey, Jake, hands fixed now, baby. The hands fixed. I fought a guy in here tonight. He's had over 100 amateur fights, experienced as earth, and he's as tough as teeth. Jake Paul wants to step inside this ring. I guarantee you, next time I'll knock you spark out. I've had 2 years out the ring. This is after 2 years. I'll knock that bum out whenever he wants it.
Well, we will see. I'm curious to see.